Hey, SKOL Nation. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? This is your die-hard Vikings fan, straight from the heart of Minnesota, fired up and ready to dive into the latest from Vikings news. Because if there's one thing that gets my blood pumping, it's breaking down the chaos heading into this Thursday night football showdown against the Los Angeles Chargers. Imagine this. Our boys in purple, 3-3 and clawing their way back, staring down a 4-3 Chargers squad that's been a roller coaster of highs and brutal injury lows. But hold up, with our starting tackles Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill both questionable with knee issues, and Carson Wentz slinging it under center while J.J. McCarthy nurses that ankle. Is this the spark we need to ignite a run? Or does Justin Herbert carve us up like he did back in 23? Stick with me, because I've got 5 bold predictions that could flip the script and send us roaring into the second half of the season. Who's ready to SKOL? Let's charge in. Our Vikings have been an injury-riddled beast this year, but just when we thought the O-line was stabilizing after that gritty loss to the Eagles, bam, Darrisaw and O'Neill pop up as questionable for Thursday. Darrisaw's knee needed treatment after grinding out 69 snaps last week, and O'Neill's dealing with a nagging issue that's kept him out of full practices. If they suit up, we're golden. If not, Justin SKOL steps in, and suddenly Wentz is dancing behind a makeshift pocket against a Chargers D that's feasted on lesser lines. It's the kind of unpredictability that makes TNF legendary. Remember those nail-biters where the underdog bites back? That's us, baby. And with Aaron Jones activated off IR after missing 4 weeks with his hamstring, our backfield just got a whole lot nastier. What do you think, fam? Does this light a fire under the squad? Or are we one snap away from heartbreak? Drop your take in the comments. This game's got playoff vibes written all over it. With both teams desperate for momentum, the Chargers limping off 3 losses in 4, us hungry to even the score after that 23 heartbreaker. Herbert's pacing the league with 1,913 passing yards, but our defense under Brian Flores has blitzed at a blistering 38% clip, second in the NFL. Meanwhile, that Carson Wentz, now 7-0 lifetime on Thursdays, bounced back strong against Philly with 313 yards after a rocky start. The Bolts' run D? It's leaked like a sieve lately, coughing up 7 rushing TDs over their last 3 games and a league-high conversion rate on RB carries. Jordan Mason, our bulldozer from the 49ers trade, has been a missed tackle machine, forcing 13 in 1 game alone last year, and now with Jones back, we're talking committee chaos. Stats don't lie. Opponents have averaged over 5 yards per carry against LA all season. Buckle up, these predictions are about to make you believe we steal this one on the road. Jordan Mason is about to run wild through those powder blue jerseys, and I mean wild like a Viking berserker charging Valhalla. This guy's a force, traded to us from the Niners in a savvy pick swap back in March. He's already notched 3 TDs this season and owns every inside carry while Jones was out. Against a Chargers run D that's been torched, Chiefs at 5.8 yards per pop, Broncos 5.6, Commanders 5.8, Dolphins a whopping 6.5, Colts 5.2. There's zero reason Mason doesn't feast. Picture him breaking tackles left and right, yards after contact piling up like snow in a Minneapolis winter. He's got that north-south hammer style, and with the O-line banged up but motivated, this could be his breakout. Fans, can you see it? Mason rumbling for chunk plays that flip the field. Tell me in the comments if you're pounding the over on his carries. But here's the beauty. Aaron Jones returning from that hamstring tweak adds a whole new layer, like handing Thor his hammer back mid-battle. Jones was electric before the injury, and even if it's a spell to ease him in, his pass catching out of the backfield will keep LA's LBs guessing. Combine that with Mason's power, he's scored in 4 of his last 6 starts dating back. And suddenly our ground game isn't just surviving, it's dominating. The Vikings rank middle of the pack in rushing efficiency, but against this Chargers front that's allowed a league-high first down or TD rate on RB runs lately, we're talking explosion potential. It's not hype, it's matchup magic. What would it mean for our season if we control the clock and keep Herbert off the field? Your thoughts? Does Mason get MVP nods in your fantasy league? This prediction, straight fire. The Vikings chew up 175 rushing yards, turning SoFi Stadium into our personal turf. It's borderline nuts, sure, but the numbers scream opportunity. LA's been gouged all year, and with Jones-Mason tag teaming, we're primed to average north of 5 yards a clip. Imagine the chains moving, Wentz getting breathing room, the crowd in purple chanting SKOL from the stands. That's the momentum we crave after 3 straight without a turnover forced. If it hits, it's a statement. We're not just hanging, we're hunting. Who's with me on this one? Hit that like if you believe, and let's manifest it together. Brian Flores is gearing up for sweet revenge on Justin Herbert. And oh man, is it gonna taste like purple victory mead? Last time these two squared off. In 23, Herbert lit us up, 40 of 46 for 405 yards and 3 scores, shredding Flores' scheme like it was paper. But that was then. This is 2025, with our D evolved into a blitz-happy monster, sacking QBs at will and ranking top 5 in pressure rate. Herbert's thrown 40-plus passes already this year, but with LA's run game crippled by injuries and their O-line graded as one of the league's worst, he's begging for pain. Flores, the mastermind who turned our secondary into a shutdown crew, knows Herbert's tendencies inside out. Expect disguised coverages and simulated pressures that leave him seeing ghosts. Fast forward to Thursday. No Gus Edwards. No J.K. Dobbins healthy, forcing Herbert into hero ball against a Vikings front that's superior to last year's unit across the board. We've got Jonathan Allen lurking, Harrison Phillips clogging lanes. It's a recipe for chaos. Herbert's already eaten 4+ sacks twice this season, and with our 38% blitz rate, make it 3. Remember how we stuffed Tua and Bo Nix lately? Same energy. Flores scheming this up isn't just coaching. It's personal redemption. Vikings faithful. Does this get your heart racing? Would you take Flores over any DC in the league right now? Spill it below. I need your fire. And when the dust settles, Herbert's limping off with 4+ sacks. His jersey grass-stained and dreams deferred, while our D celebrates like it's 1998 all over again. This isn't wishful thinking. It's built on LA's vulnerabilities. Their lines allowed a pressure rate over 40% on dropbacks. And without a legit ground threat, Herbert's pocket turns into a blender. Flores gets his pound of flesh, we force turnovers. Finally. And suddenly that 3-3 record feels like ancient history. Bold? Absolutely. Believable? You bet. What's your boldest Flores call for this game? Comment now. Let's build the hype. Carson Wentz steps under those Thursday lights, and he's keeping this QB carousel spinning like a wild Minnesota tornado. Murky, maddening, and oh so Vikings. The guy's a TNF legend, 7-0 lifetime, and after torching the Eagles for 313 yards post that ugly start last week, he's got the hot hand. Against a Chargers pass D that's feasted early but maybe on smoke and mirrors luck. Facing Geno, Bo Nix, Jackson Dart, Mariota, Tua, Wentz could expose them. If our tackles hold, fingers crossed for Darisaw and O'Neal. He's got time to sling it to Jefferson and Addison, who've been money since Addy's suspension lift. A solid outing here? It muddies the waters big time for next week's call between him and McCarthy. Think about it. Wentz has bounced back from worse, turning interceptions into insurance TDs, and with our run game potentially popping off, defenses can't stack the box. The Chargers rank top 10 against the pass, sure, but their success screams small sample fluke against shaky QBs. Wentz thrives in primetime chaos, and if he engineers a W, say, 250 yards, 2 scores, Coach O'Connell's got a dilemma that screams opportunity. Is this the vet steadying the ship, or just delaying the rookie era? SKOL Nation, you're the jury. Wentz starter or McCarthy savior? Vote in the comments. I want heated debates. In the end, Wentz doesn't dazzle but delivers just enough. A gritty 280 yards. 1 pick turned into a pick-6 revenge plot, keeping us in the fight and that QB decision deliciously undecided. It's classic Vikings drama, the kind that bonds us fans through the highs and what-ifs. We've seen him rise from the ashes before. Thursday could be Exhibit A. If it plays out, next week's Lions prep gets spicy. Who's your pick at the helm? Fam? Sound off. Your voice fuels this purple fire. All right, purple pride. We've torn through these bold calls like Mason through a defensive line, from ground and pound glory to Flores fury and Wentz's wildcard wizardry. But let's zoom out. This Chargers clash isn't just a game. It's our pivot point. with injuries testing our depth and stars like Jefferson demanding targets amid the O-line shuffle. We've weathered McCarthy's ankle woes, Jones' hamstring hiatus, and now Darius O'Neal question marks. Yet here we stand, 3-3 and snarling. Vikings news is buzzing with the latest Aaron Jones activated. Mason owning carries at 75 yards per game average lately, proof we're built for the grind. Imagine the roar if we pull this off. Road Warriors in SoFi, flipping the script on Herbert's home turf. What's the one X factor you can't quit thinking about? Hit me in the comments. Diving deeper into the trenches, are D's primed to feast? No more turnover drought. Expect interceptions raining like confetti at the Super Bowl parade we deserve. Flores blitz packages will exploit LA's banged-up O-line, where Gus Edwards and the RBs are sidelined, forcing Herbert into 50 dropback desperation. On offense, Addison's post-suspension streak, 114-plus yards or a score in every game, it pairs perfectly with Jefferson's route-running clinic, giving Wentz outlets even if the pocket crumbles. Stats back it. We've scored 28 per game over the last 4, and LA's allowed 24-plus in 3 straight losses. This is our moment to channel that 98 defense meets Flash McFlash offense hybrid. Fans, if you're feeling the surge like I am, smash that like button. Let's make it rain purple hearts. Thursday night football's magic lies in the madness. And this one's dripping with it. Short week, cross-country flight, primetime spotlight where underdogs shine. The Bolts started hot with 3 Ws, including dubs over Denver and KC. But injuries and tensions have them reeling, losing 3 of 4 with that lone nail-biter over Miami. We're the resilient horde, turning adversity into anthems. Picture Wentz, braving a shoulder brace, threading needles to keep McCarthy's throne warm just a tad longer. It's storytelling gold. Redemption arcs, revenge plots, and that eternal Vikings grit. Who's got the edge in your book, our balanced attack or their aerial assault? Share your hot takes. I read 'em all, wrapping these predictions with a bow. If Mason and Jones grind out 175 on the turf, Flores drops Herbert 4 times deep into the LA end zone, and Wentz navigates the storm without sinking the ship, we're not just winning, we're declaring war on the NFC North doubters. But hey, TNF twists knives too. What if Herbert rebounds and exposes our secondary? Nah, I refuse. This is our narrative, SKOL style. Vikings news has me optimistic, with Jones back and Mason mashing. It's the combo we've craved since OTAs. Relive that 23 loss? Fuel for the fire. Your turn. Which prediction hits hardest? Or do you have a 6th that's even bolder? Comment below. Let's pack this thread. As we gear up for kickoff, let's not forget the human side. Wentz, the hometown kid who grew up dreaming purple, stepping up when McCarthy sidelined, embodying that never-quit spirit we all love. His 7-0 TNF record? That's no fluke. It's poise under purple pressure. Meanwhile, the Chargers slide, from division darlings to desperate, hands us the perfect storm to strike. Our run game's evolved since last year's 19th ranking, thanks to Mason's trade acquisition and Jones' elusiveness, poised to exploit LA's collapsing front 7. Explosive play rate? We're up 12% from 24. This game's a litmus test. Depth over despair. SKOL mates, are you tailgating in spirit tonight? Tell me your pregame ritual: beer, burnt ends, or blasting Sweet Caroline in Vikings colors. The intrigue amps up with the intangibles. SoFi's electric, but our road warriors thrive in hostile vibes, like that 23 shootout we almost stole. Flores, scheming against his old stomping grounds, brings that chip-on-shoulder edge. Expect Harrison Smith barking alignments, Danielle Hunter twisting ends. Offensively, O'Connell's play-calling adapts, quick slants if the line wobbles, play actions off Mason's downhill steam. Herbert's elite, sure, but our secondary's clamped elite arms lately, holding foes under 200 net yards twice. His chess at warp speed. What matchup keeps you up tonight, Hunter versus that shaky LT, or Jefferson torching Derwin James? Your predictions fuel my fire. Drop 'em now. These bold takes aren't shots in the purple dark. They're rooted in the grind, from Mason's 71-yard TD bombs to Wentz's bounce-back grit. If we hit even 3, we're 4-3 and ascending, staring down Detroit with swagger. But the beauty? Even if it bends, we bend back stronger. Vikings news whispers of McCarthy's potential Week 9 return. But Thursday's Wentz's stage. Murky QB waters be damned. Imagine the post-game huddle. Horns up, brothers unbreakable. Who's your unsung hero for this tilt? A lineman holding the fort or Flores calling fire? Comment, connect, conquer. Teasing the chaos ahead. With our backfield reloaded and Flores hungry, this could be the Thursday where purple reigns supreme. But only if Wentz dodges the blitz and Mason breaks free. The Chargers' D is opportunistic, but their O-line woes scream turnover city. Last 23 clash? Herbert's masterpiece, but our upgraded trenches flip the script. Stats whisper sweet nothings. LA's allowed 150-plus rushers in 5 games. We've topped 100 just twice but explode when healthy. Jones' return? Game changer, easing Mason's load for those yards after contact gems. Fans, feel that electricity? It's SKOL o'clock. What's your score prediction, 27-20 Vikings or Wilder? Layer in the narratives. Wentz, the journeyman finding home in Minnesota, channeling that NDSU championship blood against a foe he's beaten before. Herbert, Pro Bowl arm, but sacked thrice per game average lately. Our pass rush, led by a blitzing Flores crew, will feast. Offense hums with Addison's speed blurring lines, Jefferson's contested catches defying gravity. Injuries test us. Yes, Darrisaw's knee, O'Neill's wrist, but adversity's our middle name. We've scored TD on 45% of red zone trips. LA's at 38%. This is where legends etch their tales. SKOL Nation, you calling a pick six or Mason's house call? Your voice echoes in the dome. Hype hits fever pitch. 5 predictions locked, but the 6th unspoken? Vikings D forces 2 turnovers, sealing a gritty road W that quiets the injury curse talk. From the trade wires bringing Mason to purple pastures, to Jones' triumphant trot, we're assembled for mayhem. Vikings news confirms the activation. No more waiting. Thursday's not a game. It's a gauntlet we conquer. Imagine the final whistle. Purple confetti in Cali skies. Bold enough? You tell me, which call has you most pumped? Or tweaking for your version? Let's chat it out. As the clock winds to 0 on these previews, remember, we're not just fans. We're family, bonded by battles like this. Wentz keeps it murky, perfect, competition breeds excellence. Mason wild, inevitable against that sieve. Flores revenge, poetic. With 175 rush yards banked, we're dictating tempo, preserving that top 10 scoring D. The Chargers falter under Harbaugh's glare, their early wins fading like West Coast fog. Our story? Rising from 3-3 ashes, O-line patched but proud. What's next after this W, NFC North terror? Drop your vision below. Inspire the horde. Peeling back the curtain one last time. This matchup mirrors our season. Unpredictable, punishing, profoundly ours. Herbert's 420-yard bomb versus Indy? Ancient history against our evolved scheme. Wentz's shoulder brace? Badge of honor. Mason's TD streak? For extend it. Jones' subtlety complements the hammer, pushing us past 175 like it's child's play. Vikings news lit up with O'Neill's limited practice return hope flickers. Thursday delivers the unexpected, but we're scripted for glory. Fam, your energy's the 6th man. Who's ready to roar? Predict your boldest moment in comments. Final hype drop. If these predictions land, it's not luck. It's us, unbreakable. From the web of Vikings news updates confirming Jones' green light to Flores' vendetta vow, every thread weaves triumph. Wentz murky, keeps McCarthy sharp. Herbert sacked, symphony of chaos. Mason unleashed, turf confetti. 175 yards, statement etched in purple ink. SKOL echoes from Egan to Inglewood, this is our night. What's your ritual for TNF wins? Fist pumps or friend calls? Share, and let's turn belief into banners. Phew, SKOL Nation. What a ride through the purple storm. From those heart-stopping predictions to the raw grit staring us down tonight. We've unpacked it all. Mason's rampage potential, Flores' fiery payback, Wentz's Thursday magic keeping the QB drama deliciously alive. If even half hits, we're hoisting horns high, 4-3 and fierce. But you know the drill, this fire doesn't burn without you. If this got your blood boiling like a Vikings comeback, smash that like button harder than Hunter on a blindside. Drop your hottest take in the comments. Mason for 200 yards? Wentz MVP? Let's flood this with purple passion. And hey, if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button now. Join the SKOL squad for every Vikings news drop, injury alert, and hype train. Share this with your fellow warriors because we win together. SKOL Vikings, let's eat.